2, 1. Take it away.
Wham, wham, wham. Today, I have joined the news because, let's be real, something happened over the weekend that was worse than 10 9/11s.
Damn.
It was worse than 100 bombings of the Israeli nuclear sites. No, sorry, Iranian. I already just, okay. Four Extra blew his hand off. And obviously, this was an extremely viral thing to have taken place, in particular, I think, because of the fact that he has essentially built his entire name off of, threatening violence, saying that he wanted to pack people out, claiming that he won 10 fights in a row in jail, he never claimed that he put a carrot in his butt, but we all kind of, or in someone else's butt, we all kind of know that he probably did. And it took the internet by storm. And it was even crazier that it was 4th of July weekend. Everybody had plenty of time on the internet. Everybody's looking at their phones, hanging out with their families. And all of a sudden we find out that someone who, in many people's minds, was the most viral no-jumper host of all time, many would say, was now a man without a hand. And there were a lot of insensitive reactions to it that I'm sure we all saw. It was hard not to acknowledge the hypocrisy of the fact that many of us in this room, particularly this couch, have spent a lot of oxygen making fun of other people who are missing limbs.
It happens.
It's a hip-hop thing. I'm just going to blame it on that. That being said, 4 Extra, missing a hand, apparently still does not have his vision completely back. I do believe a large percentage of it is back, and that he's not going to be living his life as a blind man, which is, to be honest with you, we find out that he blew his hand off. 40 minutes later, they're telling me he's blind. I spent many hours thinking that he was blind and missing a hand before I was finally assured that, to some extent, his vision is coming back.
Well,
so,
is the blindness caused by the explosion, or was it or is that more like a trauma reaction that the body just?
No, it was the explosion. From what I heard, he was actually in the car and he was lighting the firework, about to throw it out the window, and his homie was driving, and that's why his homie, I think, may have lost an ear, this part of his face, and an eye. Now, I'm not even 100% sure who the friend is. I don't know if it's somebody that he's ever brought to the office or somebody that I've ever spent time around. But and then in addition, 4 Extra, I think it being contained was probably worse for whatever happened to his vision, because of the fact that they were in a car, and I guess the window was probably down, but the roof and everything is going to kind of contain the blow. I don't know. I mean, I'm taken aback. Like last night, because I was in Palm Springs for 4 days away on a little vacation with the family, right? And so I didn't have any weed. I just had a little tiny weed pen. I forgot my spliffs. When I get home last night at 10, I smoke a spliff. I get really, really, really high. Then I go and I lay in bed, and my high brain was just so overwhelmed by the fact that this is our reality. Already being such a famous gang member, a famous icon in this space, somebody that the people are so intrigued by, they'll just click on hearing him talk about so many different things. And now to know that a large part of his claim to fame is gone, I mean, I honestly kind of feel like I just lack the words to even describe how crazy and shitty and messed up the situation is,
Have you spoke to him?
I have not. I sent him a voice note. I've been speaking to Lupe. It's like group chat with me, Lupe, and Whack and Remo. That has been kind of our main way that we've been finding stuff out. I know Remo's hopped on the phone with Lupe a couple times, but I have not actually spoken to him. Although I offered to go to the hospital this morning and was told that he's not going to be having guests at this time. And then I did see Kevin Gates there. So that was
shows you where you stand.
That was a little troubling. No, and
that was like a day ago.
That was like yesterday. The same. Yeah. I offered to come today, but anyway, Whack was in the group chat, so Whack was tripping on Lupe, like, how dare you let Kevin Gates go there and Adam can't go there? I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have even thought to raise a stink about that. But I guess we might as well go around the room. What are your thoughts on 4 Extra now being without a hand?
Well, obviously there's like this. The elephant in the room is the whole poetic aspect about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the guy that has been, what from people's perspective, kind of bullying people with the threat of his hand. You know what I mean? He's never imposed that threat on me. He's always been super kind to me. You know what I mean? Nice guy, dope person, horrible thing to happen. But it's just the fact that this is a guy known for his hands, instilling fear. Had the whole incident with Unc, you know what I mean?
When there was a thumbnail that had him standing up next to Unc with a red circle around his hand. Never have I ever felt more like I'm living in a simulation.
Yeah, no, it's like that was my first takeaway. Beyond anything else, is like No Jumper is not real. There's no possible way that Faux Extra lost his hand. There's no way that I do a podcast with Munchby every Tuesday and Ralphie the Plug every Friday. There's no way that's actually a thing. You know what I mean? There's no way any of this is real. It's not real. I don't believe it.
I mean, so did it really burn fast, or was he holding it in the car trying to throw it at the right spot and just held it too long?
They're saying that
throw it and it bounced back. Or
they're saying it was a dirty batch and they were going a lot quicker than expected.
Do we have any other situations with dirty batches this week in LA?
So per my understanding, in that like group of friends, there was 3 different incidents where
it went off too quickly.
Wow.
Where it went off too quickly.
Really?
Yeah. So that wasn't the even within those guys hanging out.
I am hesitant.
Homie's cousin was with them all day.
I've seen a lot of people pushing a conspiracy theory that like the Mexicans are trying to take the blacks out by selling them faulty fireworks. I feel like that's far too much of a leap to a conclusion that without evidence, it just seems like kind of an absurd claim to make.
But to the masses, it's crazy. Now, like, oh, I don't like this guy, sell him this box. Maybe, but we're gonna sell all these, and we're only gonna get a couple incidences.
Yeah, and we're gonna take out our rival race by blowing off their appendages.
I've seen a lot of
seems unlikely.
I've seen a lot of pictures similar to the Faux Extras one, and it's normally a Mexican in the picture. You feel me? Like they get in the most like because they're the fireworks plug. You feel
or a
me?
trailer park white guy,
or a trailer park white guy, 1,000%.
One of the two.
Yeah. Is not normally like a South Central gang member, but like at the end of the day, I feel like people are just being super insensitive about it, and I get it. And I feel like the groups of people that people are going to be the most insensitive towards in situations like this are gang members, rappers, and podcasters. And he happens to check all 3 boxes.
But for the most part, the ones that he really had beef with, like, didn't really say anything crazy, right? Like Jap5 and
Jap5 was respectful about it, yeah. But
Easy, I think you can do it.
Easy all day. All day he got it.
He got it.
He got that. I don't got that.
Right there.
Put it on your Instagram too. Come on, boys.
Run down there. Rolling it. Dead hungry. It's the 4th I'm gonna blow. One that get blown up today. On it. The back I'm blowing it up. Stop playing CDs. I'm throwing them in your house. I'm throwing them at you. Vernon Avenue, the back. Oh.
What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. Back again. As you can see from the title, the thumbnail, and so on. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that comment for me, man. But you can tell from the thumbnail and the title that this is about the Faux Extra firecrackers incident and the response that my stepson Jap5 gave me. But anyway, y'all just seen the little quick footage of him out there clowning, trying to kick the hand, falling down, and whatever. I liked it that, man. Cause see, that's something y'all would see me doing. In the set, kicking with the homies, having fun, that's something right there. What you seen him doing, that's something right there that you would see me doing. You know what I'm saying? Kicking up in the air, falling on my behind, and laughing about it. Cause it's all fun and games, man. It's cool, man. You know, just having fun. To me, man, you don't never get too old or you don't never get too big to have fun, man, with your homies, man. Especially, you know what I'm saying? It's all love. So, yeah. That's why I clipped that little piece and put it in there, man. But now, here we are, moving along, though. Oh, man. This news, man, about his hand. And I seen it. I seen, people sent me pictures of his hand without it being blown off. I'm not sure if I don't know. I don't think I could put that picture with the whole hand just showing without putting like the smiley face over it or something like that, you know. But it's ugly, man. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's over with for that hand. To the point to where from the picture I seen, he would be cutting his losses and doing better. just cutting it completely off at the wrist and being done with it. You know, it was an ugly picture, man. It's messed up bad. The picture I seen, there is no bouncing back from that. You know, that's messed up. That's just messed up, man. That was ugly, man. It was ugly, you know. But anyway, speaking on being out having fun, man. I know people that know 4Extra. I know a lot of people that know 4Extra. I know a lot of people that's around him on the streets. You know what I'm saying? That might be at different places with him, different functions. Now, from my understanding, the 4Extra you see on TV, that's not really him in real life, man. In real life, believe it or not, I've had a lot of people tell me that he's a very cool individual to be around. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But they say he's a laid back, reserved kind of dude, and he's really kind of fun and he's really cool to be around. Now, is he hype about his turf? Yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand that because I'm like that I used to be like that on the street back in the day, hype about my turf. You know what I'm saying? But they say really he's a laid back kind of cool guy to be around. That's something I'll probably never find out, but from what people tell me, that's what they say. Okay, so cool. And of course, a lot of the people that I'm speaking with are off my side of the fence, if you can understand what that means. And they everybody don't have what you call it rational thoughts when it comes to somebody that they might not like or they might not get along with. Their thoughts might not be rational, and you're gonna hear a lot of, what I'm saying, that's what he get, or yeah, whoop whoop, this and that. And I've been hearing that from different homies and different people all night. Yeah, woo 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 woo. And like one dude told me last night, was talking, he like, yeah, cub, man, wasn't that last fight he had in the county jail with old boy from Hoover? Didn't old boy have a messed up hand? I'm like, who you talking about? He like, man, because I don't really keep up, just to let y'all know, I don't keep up with the 4Extra scene. You know what I'm saying? I don't really trip. I don't watch that show, what they call it, No Jumper, the plantation show, the slave show. I can't stand that show. I don't really watch it. Cause it messes me. Man. Anyway, so a lot of stuff that go on with 4Extra, I don't really know about unless somebody call me and tell me certain stuff or whatever, And so last night, during one of them phone calls, one of the homies was like, dang, yeah, cuz, but the last dude he got out with in the county jail, the one with the carrot incident, didn't that dude have a little chicken wing hand or a little messed up handicap hand? And I told him, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in there. I ain't heard, I heard he had a fight in a carrot incident in the county jail, but I haven't spoke with anyone that told me, how the other dude looked. So the homie's like, yeah, cuz, man, they say old boy had a messed up hand and couldn't even really fight good, and 4Extra got down on him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But now, because the homie was going on to say, that's karma. It's a lot of people throwing this karma word around now. It's a lot of people throwing this karma word around. You know what I'm saying? Based off, when you talk about a whole lot of stuff, then when something happens to you, you got to expect it's going to be a lot of people, man. A lot of people jump on the bandwagon, Like I say, I'm from the gangster car, so 99% of the people I speak with or spoke with are off the gangster side, and they say what they say. That's on them, ain't my words. But anyway, my boy called last night, man. My stepson called last night. Jap5. And he had already heard about it. You know what I'm saying? He was calling me to ask me, had I heard about it? And I'm like, yeah, I heard about it. Be like, yeah, man, they say his hand got blew completely off and this and that. I'm like, yeah, from what I understand, the hand kind of got messed up. At that point, I hadn't seen the pictures yet. So now, I know it's a lot of y'all already expecting me to tell y'all that Jap5 said some crazy, wild stuff about it, you know? Now, I'm going to tell y'all what he said. And it's going to shock y'all because it shocked me. So I'm like, yeah, cuz, man, yeah, man, old boy blowed his hand off, man, this, that, this, and that. He was like, yeah, man, said it's something about some firecrackers or something. I'm like, yeah, from our understanding, that's what happened. That's what I heard. So, Jap being the grown man that he is, he was like, yeah, man, you know, that's kind of messed up, you know? I'm like, yeah? He like, you know, and he was like, he was expressing like, yeah, man, that's messed up, man. You know, a person get their hand, you know, messed up, blowed off like that. He said, man, the pain, he kept speaking on the pain. But now, as I spoke more to him, to Jap last night, about it, he was basically, man, no ill feelings, no ill wishes toward the dude, no ill feelings toward the dude, man. You know, he you know, hey, he recognized that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? You get your hand blowed off with firecrackers and this, that, and the other, you know? And he ain't had nothing bad to say. He ain't had no crazy words or no ha-ha, no kind of ridiculing. He didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Jap5 is a full-grown man. You feel me? He's not gonna take someone else's downfalls and try to use them to ridicule them and ha and tease them. No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He had some really encouraging, uplifting words, basically to the point where you like, hey, you know, I hope you pull through it, you know. And I didn't tell him that, but I took my hat off to him that you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to kick nobody when they down. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody like X4 couldn't bring himself to
be
chill about it. But then, like, you know, Munchie B in our group chat kind of made it clear that he wasn't really planning on joking about it or anything like that. But then meanwhile, somebody like T-Rail, who again is missing an appendage of his own, he had a bunch of jokes that he made about it and everything. I mean, and that was part of it too, is like, there's a lot of people who seem like they probably would not have dissed him in a world in which he had his right arm. But now that his fist is gone, people are, you know, seemingly much more open to making jokes about it, which I've seen a lot of people saying is very, very cowardly.
No, if you wanted to find him, Vernon to Western to Fig, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you wanted to find him.
30s to the 100s.
Right.
Overall situation, the irony of it. But luscious glazing as usual. Let me know in the comments what you think of all this. You know, the unfortunate situation, the people that's commenting. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for supporting. Long live Pooh Beer. Long live D-Mac. Inglewood, though.
Shout out my nigga DockTV in the building. That's my dog. You hear me? Y'all go sub up to @DockTV expeditiously, bro. Y'all want new perspective on the same old bank, nigga? Tap in with DockTV, man. Good dude. Shout out my nigga Doc in the building, bro.